loans. Any other good collateral behind your heart of gold and $1 million smile?
Oh,
Well, we all like to think that we're just going to easily and quickly qualify for a loan, but it does take a little bit of work. So there's a few documents that you're going to want to put together. And this is something that we ask for from all of our clients. So when you're ready to apply for a loan, you're going to scan this QR code. It's going to take you to our website and you can fill out the information online. Or of course, you can call me. My direct phone number is 303-809-7769. You can call me directly, and we're going to ask you some personal questions. Where do you live? How much money do you make? What do you do for a living? Do you own any other properties? What does your spouse do? Do you have any children? Do you pay any alimony, any child support? Do you receive any alimony, any child support? And we're going to look at your credit report with you, and we're going to start to gather that initial information. Everything looks good based on your verbal information. And then we're going to start asking you for some written information. So number one, we're going to ask for your driver's license or social security card to prove your identity. We're going to ask for 30 days of your most recent paycheck stubs. We're going to ask for your 2 years most recent W-2 statements. We're going to ask for your 2 years most recent tax returns. We're going to ask for your 2 months most recent bank statements, all pages of the statements, please. We're going to ask for your most recent 401k, IRA, and any other retirement accounts. If you're retired or receive any pension, we're going to ask for your awards letters or your 1099s if you receive Social Security, pension, disability. If you don't receive that, don't worry about it. We're going to ask you if you've ever been divorced. We'll need a copy of that divorce decree to see if you pay or receive any alimony or child support. If you've ever had credit troubles in the past, we're going to ask for a copy of that bankruptcy paperwork. We're going to ask the name and contact information for your realtor because it's going to be really important that Beth and I are working closely together to make sure we're following all the steps, protecting your earnest money, and helping you get into the property. We're going to ask for the name and contact of your homeowner's insurance agent. Now, when you're first buying a property, you might not have one. That's okay. We can help you find one. That's going to come under finding your team. And then once you've gone out with Beth and looked at properties, you're going to get under contract. We're going to ask you for a copy of that purchase contract. And then we're going to ask you for a copy of that earnest money check. Now, Beth, let me ask you, is this a long list?
it's a long list, and
It is.
it's a very frustrating process because what you might turn in, for instance, on the bank statements is all but a couple pages because they were blank.
Yep.
You still have to turn in the blank pages.
We're still going to call you and say, hey, this says page 1 of 6, and you sent me page 1 through 4. I really need to have page 5 and 6.
It's
We
very
have to have
meticulous.
all pages, right?
Meticulous. The other thing is keep a copy of everything that you turn in. That way you can say, oh, it's here. You know, we've already got it squared away. I haven't had this problem with Joe, but I have had this problem with other lenders where in your initial application, you turn in papers and then somebody else gets the file and they say, oh, I don't see this in the file. So you have to resubmit information. And if it takes more than a couple months, you have to submit new bank statements or new tax documents. Joe, if I'm self-employed, because as a realtor, I'm self-employed, I don't get W-2s.
That's okay.
What happens?
Certain things on this list are not going to apply. So you don't get W-2 statements. I want you to just ignore that, right? Or you don't have a 401k. I want you to just ignore that. Or you don't receive any Social Security, pension, or disability income. I want you to just ignore that. And we're going to help you sort through that when we go through that initial application over the phone and you tell me that, hey, I'm self-employed. This is how it works. Great. I'm not going to ask you for paycheck stubs and W-2s. I'm going to customize this list for what I need for you individually. We're going to email it to you along with a secure upload link that you click on. You drag your documents in there and they automatically come over to me in a secure format. So this list is really comprehensive. And I would say 0% of my clients have ever had to gather all of the documents on this list. There's always something unique that, hey, I don't receive W-2s, or I don't have a 401k, or I don't have an IRA. That's okay. We're just going to ask for the information that you do have. And this is how we verify your information to get you approved for the new loan.
Yeah, super important on that one. If somebody has student loans, where do those fall in? Because I've heard some
Yes.
people say that
Student
that's
loans, that's a really good question. Student loans will actually get from your credit report. We'll see what is the payment. We'll see whether or not it's deferred, and we'll be able to pull that directly from your credit report. So you don't have to worry about gathering your student loan statements, your credit card statements, anything like that. All of that type of information we can get from your credit report. So that's a really good point.